Hello everyone, my name is Elle. Welcome to hashtag 365 days of samples or Sample Sunday. This is the project where I work through all of my foils and deluxe size samples. I've been doing this for 2+ years. I'm really excited to be doing it again, and this is my first update. I did my 2018 intro 2 weeks ago, and I will have that linked down below in my description box in case you missed it. I also keep a list in my description box that includes products that are new as well as products that are still in progress, so things that I didn't finish. So I had a couple of weeks to play around with these products. Some of them I finished, some of them I kind of forgot about, and some of them I'm moving back into my collection, as that's what I tend to do with some of my larger makeup samples. So I always like to start with the products that I would not purchase the full size of first, and I have 2 of them. So the first product that I would not purchase the full size of is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Eye Rescue. This is an eye cream. So I use this for a few nights because there's actually quite a bit of product in this sample. I was really excited to try it. Maybe I was too excited to try it, but I noticed that it dried out my under eye area. I would wake up and my under eye area would be really, really dry and fine lines were really pronounced. That had not been happening with my normal eye creams, and when I switched back to the ones that I normally use, my under eye area became rehydrated again and the fine lines were less pronounced and less visible. So this eye cream just did not work for me. It's supposed to turn back the clock. Like, it actually says eye cream to turn back the clock right on the foil itself. But if anything, it aged my under eye area and it did not give me that sort of youthful effect that I was hoping for. So I'm gonna stick with the other eye creams and eye products I have. The last product that I would not purchase the full size of is a perfume. This is from Kate Spade. It's the Walk on Air Sunshine fragrance. I only used this a couple of times because I could not tolerate the smell of it. It's very, very floral. I looked up some of the main notes that are in there and it's all floral. It's all lilies, and there was a couple other florals in there, and I do not tolerate fragrances very well in general. Certain elements of fragrances really do not interact well with me, and what I mean by that is that I have like a mild allergic reaction to it because my throat will close up a little bit and I will sneeze like crazy and my eyes will water. So I can't use that, so I definitely would not purchase it for that reason. I didn't finish it, but just 2 sprays told me that I could not tolerate it, so that's why it's a product that I would not purchase the full size of. Moving on now to products that I would purchase the full size of. The first one is a face primer. This is from Makeup Forever. It's the Step 1 Skin Equalizer in Smoothing. I really like this primer, and I'm not surprised because I've used samples of it before. Deluxe size samples, various samples. I really enjoy the Makeup Forever samples that I've tried so far. They work so well with my skin. If you guys are familiar with the Benefit Professional, this one has a very similar texture, but I feel like this one is really smooth, as it should be. It's a smoothing primer. I don't really like the Benefit Professional because I find that it gets really stuck on certain areas of my skin and I have a hard time spreading it out. Like, even if I really try and warm it up, it still just wants to sit on my skin and doesn't want to blend in anywhere. This stuff was so smooth and I could put it all over my face, and I did use it as a full face primer. You don't have to do that with smoothing primers, but I don't like to mix and match primers all the time. Sometimes if I'm feeling really extra, I'll do it, but most of the time I just use one primer for my full face. And so this one worked on areas that didn't necessarily need smoothing, but it also really helped on areas where I'm concerned about pores, and it really seemed to fill them, and foundation went on nicely on top of it. I used this a couple of times and I had a good experience every time, so it's definitely a primer that I would purchase. And the final sample that I would purchase the full size of is from Philosophy. This is the Micro Delivery Exfoliating Facial Wash. I loved this stuff so much, and it's so surprising because usually I don't like cleansers that are combo exfoliators, but this one worked so well at cleansing my skin and also exfoliating it, and my skin just felt so much better, and I also think it looked better when I was using this. So this sample also came with a card that has more information, and it says that this is a daily facial cleanser that can also be used as a 30-second mini peel in the shower, bath, or at your bathroom sink. So I used it as a cleanser and I used it as like a mini peel, and I feel like that's why it was so effective for clearing my skin. And I had a lot of issues, and I still have some issues with my skin. I have a little bit of scarring, acne scarring right now because I'm a picker. So whenever I get breakouts, I can't let them heal on their own. It's awful, but I've been like that my whole life. I pick at everything, and I can't leave well enough alone. And that just means I get a little bit of scarring. And I don't know if it's just this product or if it was some of the other things I've been using as well, but my scarring has been a lot less noticeable. Now, I did only use that cleanser about 3 times, but it really seemed to make a difference every time, and my skin just seemed to be improving as opposed to staying the same or getting worse, which has been the case when I've tried other skincare products before. Like, it hasn't made any difference in my skin, or I would notice my skin getting worse, some sort of problem happening with it, and this just seemed to make it better. I'm not really surprised because I have a really good track history with Philosophy products. They really work well for me overall. Philosophy is a brand that I keep going back to because I trust them. I trust the way that the products work with my skin, and that my skin consistently looks good or better when I'm using them. Next, I have 2 products that I'm moving back into my collection to pan at a later time. The first one is from Laura Mercier. This is the Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in 01. This is really pretty. It's not matte. I feel like it's such a weird name for it because there's definitely shimmer in here. It's not a blinding highlight. It's very, very pretty though. It's very natural. Not really my thing. I really like to glow. I really like to build it up, and I find that you can't really build this highlighter up, but it does work well with other powder products as well. If I want to tone down a really blinding highlight, take Becca's Pearl, for example. It will work really well mixed with that. There's just so much product in here that I'm not going to try and finish it within this sample project. It's just, that's not what this project is for. I've mentioned this a few times previously, but just in case you are new to this project, with deluxe size makeup, things that would take a long time to finish, a lot of the times I'm just testing them out with this project, and then I will put it back into my collection or declutter it if it's something that I just don't want to have anymore. So this one is going to go back and live with the rest of my highlighters. And the last product that is moving back to my collection is another highlighter luminizer type product. This is a liquid version. This is from Hard Candy. This is the Glow All the Way Glamazon Bronze Face and Body Luminizer. So this is a really beautiful, light, bronzy liquid highlighter product. It's really beautiful. I can't use this as a liquid highlighter on its own because it's too dark for my skin, but a tiny bit mixed with foundation really gives a glowing luminosity to foundation and makes everything look really glowy, and it's that sort of healthy glow. So I like it for that reason. That's why I like liquid highlighters in general. I find that I can't get them built up enough on their own, and they just end up looking very unnatural, which is funny because I know a lot of people use cream and liquid highlighters to make it look more natural on their skin or like it more seamless. I prefer powder all the way, just a powder gal, but mixed with foundation. That's how I love using liquid products, liquid highlighters. So that's going back to live with the other ones, and I will probably use it more in like the summertime when I really amp up the glow more. I probably should do that in the winter time. Maybe it'll make me feel better, but I just can't get into like that summer bronzy thing in the middle of the winter. So I had 10 products total. That means I have 4 that I'm still working on. I feel really good about that. That means I'll be choosing 6 new things to play with. One of the ones I have remaining is from Sexy Hair. This is the Core Strength Hair Mask. I have enough usage left in this for one more shower, so that'll be gone within the next couple of days. I really like that so far. I forgot about 2 things. The Sephora Exfoliating Cleansing Cream, which is one of the other ones I used before and really liked. I had forgot about that, and the Makeup Forever serum. I have a little wheelie tray in front of me when I film to put stuff on top of, and what I had done is put some of my filming notes on top of those 2 products, so I didn't see them till just now. I completely forgot about them. Wasn't even thinking about them. They just weren't even on my register. That's why I overlooked them. And I've used the Saturday Skin Featherweight moisturizer a few times. It's more like a gel consistency, so I'm not really crazy about it right now, but I'm still using it. There's quite a bit of product left in here. All right, so now it's time to draw some things from the sample box, and it's pretty full again. I'm really excited though because I love playing with stuff, and it's one of my favorite things that I do, play with samples, and I don't know, these little mini reviews are really exciting. So the first thing I have here is from Chanel. This is the Chanel CC Cream. Product number 2 is from Fresh. This is the Sugar Perfume. Sample number 3 is this is from Paul and Joe. How cute is this little bottle? This is the Moisturizing Foundation Primer. Sample 4 is from Kate Somerville. This is Wrinkle Warrior. Sample number 5 is from Briogeo. This is the Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I think I've just been talking about this. Ooh, I'm really excited to try this because Briogeo tends to be really, really good. And one last sample we have from Stila. This is the Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer with 4 shades. Alright, so that is everything for my update this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead of you. I will see you in 2 weeks' time for another update of hashtag 365 days of samples, but hopefully I will see you before then as well. Thank you once again for spending some time with me, and I hope I get a chance to talk to you soon. Bye for now.